popular colors when it comes to swim baits. An interesting lure, a ton. Both of those are cool. I love that. It's just for this Craw. What's happening, fishing friends? Welcome to another episode. Today we're doing an unboxing from a company called Thunderhawk. Now, if you may remember, if you watched the live with me and Hellabass a while back, he did an unboxing of some of their stuff, and I had a few of their Liplesses. I actually had one of the square bills, and talked about how I had success on one of these. I had a ton of follows one day. So after that show, Mike from Thunderhawk hit me up and said, hey man, I'd like to send you some stuff. You can take a look at it, give us your thoughts, do what you want with it. And heck, I'm doing an unboxing because they sent way more than I thought. So that's good for you all because there's going to be a giveaway at the end too. So huge shout out to Mike over at Thunderhawk. Thank you so much for sending stuff over. Enough yapping, you all want to see the gear, so let's start. The first thing we'll look at is the ChaCha Glide. Now you all know I've tried to put in more time with the larger glide baits. I am not, a pristine, amazing glide bait fisherman, but look at this thing. This is their rainbow trout pattern. Awesome little glide bait. It's only 5 inches, so I think for people starting out with glide baits, perfect way to go. You know what, a lot of folks recommend, the smaller S waver. You're scared to lose them. You don't want to spend a bunch of money. Glide baits go $50, $100, $200, $300, $400 out there for a bunch of crazy stuff. So getting something affordable that works well. The action on it was good. It does have good side-to-side movement on it. You can see there, it's not, like barely moving. So it had good movement. I was able to twitch it. I was able to get it to walk the dog, kind of underwater. And I'm sorry, I made a mistake there. It's actually 6 inches, 1.5 ounces with number 2 hooks on it. And the hooks they put on there are nice and sharp too. And that's kind of a reoccurring theme here as we get into all these. I like that they come with good hardware. For a beginner, you don't want to get a bait and then have to worry about, do I have the right hooks, change out the hooks. And this is a small enough bait, only 1.5 ounces. You can get away with throwing this on, a little bit stouter, medium, heavier. If you have kind of a softer, heavy rod, as long as you're lobbing this and not really backcasting super hard, you could probably even get away with this on just a medium heavy rod up to 1 ounce, as long as you're not really whipping it and just kind of lobbing it more. But love the looks of that one. We've got the Perch. Of course, y'all got to see me catch some of those through the ice this year. A ton of fun. That is a perfect looking perch pattern there. Really cool dark black and silver scheme here. This one they call Roach. I really like that. This does also have the soft tail, so it does move a little bit side to side as you're, kind of popping this in. Does come already equipped with a split ring on there for you. So cool profile, cool little bait, and again, doesn't break the bank if you're looking to get into these. I like that dark silvery gunmetal type color. Now this one they call Double Take. Very cool color. It's almost like your sexy shad, transparent, a little bit of flash and some glitter in there. Really neat color, good clear water color. Remember when I had Shan O'Gorman on my live, the aquatic biologist? He talked about throwing bass type lures. This is probably the most excited I was to see in the whole lot. This is what I'm going to be tying on and throwing this spring. Well, big bass in my ponds eat some of these small bass. The next 2 colors we've got are Silver Shad and Cycle Shad. Man, talk about, I love the flash on that Silver Shad. We got a little bit of sun going on. A flash like that is perfect. And then this shad kind of looks like your, sexy shad or, shad type pattern. It's got the good shad dot there. I like that one. It's just kind of an all-around one to throw in your box. The last 2 colors we've got here are Bone and Bluegill. Probably 2 of the most popular colors out there. And I think these will probably have to go in the giveaway. I've got one similar to this. I think it's like a yellowish one. But this one, for those folks fishing around ponds, I think that'll be a very good choice. So those 2 are going to go in the giveaway because they're popular and they get bit pretty much anywhere. So sticking to hard baits, let's take a little bit of a detour and talk about their square build, the A10. 3.5 inches long, weighs 7/16 of an ounce, dives 2 to 5 feet, and already has good number 4 hooks on it. That's the orange Craw, and I really like how they've done this whole design. So many baits you see a bait, imagine just a bait like that, a square bill, anything, and then this clear bill, it's kind of glued into the middle of it. The way they've got this, it almost reminds me of like a wiggle wart. So the line ties here, so when you're pulling this through, this is going to be head down. And what that's going to allow this bait to do is be wobbling through like this, like a square bill, hit that piece of wood or whatever, and deflect over it. So it's not going to have that chance to get down under things as much and then, try to get over or roll to the side. With this nose, it's going to be stopping and hitting things first with the line tie there and going over it. So as they say, great square bill for wood. And I really like that they've integrated that bill into the actual body of the lure. One piece, everything's painted, it just a very cohesive looking bait. Speaking about craw colors, we got that red craw. That is going to be one that I will for sure be throwing up in the shallows this spring. Throw the red in the spring, it works. I was against it for so long, but you can call me Debo Dummy because it does work in the spring. We've got the old Ghost Bluegill, awesome for, that cleaner, a little bit more see-through water. With that bait, it's translucent, so the sun's going to shine through it, give it that more natural look. Kind of similar, but in an opaque color, we've got that red here. Those things are a ton of fun to catch through the ice. I like that. And that would also pass as like a perch color to me around here. I like that kind of a do multiple. Heck, even a green sunfish. I don't know, I'd do a lot. Next up, we've got a couple do-it-all colors that will work anywhere. Again, that bone color is such a good color, you know, especially you see it in topwater, and I feel like big swim baits, you don't see a lot of crankbaits in this. I'm glad they've done that bone color. And again, that's gonna pass off as a shad, no problem. And then speaking of what I think is like your silver blackback shad, they call this Asian carp. And to me, that is like, this is a perfect example of a shad, silvery, holographic with that blackback on it. That's one I throw all the time. Beautiful. I forgot to tell you, this does have a rattle in it too. Not crazy overbearing, kind of subtle. Almost like a hard knocker in there, so I like that. Okay, the last two colors are actually a couple of my favorite. This one they call Spawn. Now to me, this is like your kind of chartreuse-ish, sexy shad. But man, it's got, can you see that blue shining off of it? It's got that blue iridescence on it, that blue iridescent on top. That thing is beautiful. It's got kind of that yellowish, kind of chartreuse-ish line. It's hard to see in the light there, but that one is super neat. Now this one, of course, Baxter the Bait Man would like this one. This color is, woo, sunset purple. Kind of reminds me of a tequila sunrise chartreuse. It is like a dark purple, blue on the back, goes into that chartreuse belly. That thing is sweet. That's my favorite color out of all of them. Mike, y'all did a good job on that one. You don't see that type of color a ton, I feel like, in crankbaits, and that one, Okay, Mike must not trust me with jerkbaits. He only sent me one of these. This is the Slash 110, weighs 5/8 of an ounce. I believe it's suspending, slow falling, or suspending presentation. So probably depend on water clarity, but water temp is what I meant. That pinkish kind of pearly see-through, good, you know, natural color. I like that the front they've put that foil on there, gives that face a very real baitfish look to it. That silver there really, I mean, livens that up. And again, comes with really good sharp hooks on it. And you can see in the middle there, it's actually got a magnetic weight transfer system. So you can see the weight is all the way to forward here. And then when you go and cast it, that weight kicks back here. And as you move it, it magnetically moves back forward. So that's a cool one. Wish I could have got a few more of those. Jerkbait is going to turn on here this spring, but I appreciate you sending that one, Mike. And I think for some of the clear water around here, I bet we can get some largies to eat this. Next up, he included a couple different types of their lipless crankbaits. So these things are cool. They've got a rattling version, which is this one right here, weighs 3/4 of an ounce. I'll take one out. 2.5 inches long. Again, comes with nice, good, sharp number 4 hooks on it. And look at that. This has actual swiveling hook hangers here, which is cool. You see this in a lot of the swim baits and stuff out there. You don't normally see this on, you know, lipless crankbaits. That thing looks awesome. I like the color. Again, that's the bone. Does the back one do it as well? Yeah, the front and back one both spin here. Oh, and talk about realistic painting. They even included all the features. I like that this has a good size kind of wedge nose to it. This should have a good rattle to it. Come over stuff decently well. You know, it's not a real tiny thin one, but it's not crazy, you know, oblong, big and huge. So I think this will be one that's good to yo-yo or just kind of roll through the shallows. We'll see. 3/4 of an ounce. Definitely be able to cast this thing a mile too. Again, the color is awesome. That's the rattle sound. He also included one of my favorite colors, root beer. Yes, that is the correct pronunciation. People have given me crap, but it is root beer, not root beer. This one's just called bait, so it's kind of like your bait fish color. I like it, you know, that translucent, that kind of greenish, reminds me of the, what do they call it? Forget, Lucky Craft has a color like that I really like, but yeah, that color is pretty sweet. Good translucent natural color. Speaking of another cool natural color, I just did a blueback herring video not too long ago, and by golly, we've got another one. Mr. Philip Cheek would be proud of me for finding one of these, or proud of Mike, but good blueback herring color. Of course, y'all saw Lake Hartwell, blueback herring lake. This one looks pretty dang good. I like it that it is the, you know, greenish blue back with the line. Good one. And then the last two that we've got here, again, that sunset purple, I am in love with that color. I will take about 17 of those in the square bill and the slipless. And then the gold reflective is one that I like to throw a lot earlier in the year, really, I guess anytime, but especially in dirty water. This is the black gold. So it's got that black back with the gold holographic. If you've got that muddy water, it's a color that works really well. Now, he also sent me some of the silent versions, so you can see these are dictated by the R and the S on here, rattling and silent, and it must just be the rattles that make the difference, because the silent is a 1/2 ounce and this one is 3/4 ounce. So some of the silent ones, I think same, yeah, 2.5, number 4 hooks. Again, same features on it. It does have those rotating hook hangers, which I think is cool. They all come, you know, with split rings and everything. Hooks are sharp. This was the only color. He sent me all the same colors in the silent and rattling. This one, he switched out one of the colors for this Craw, spring Craw. I can see why this is spring Craw. And doesn't that look like a custom painted lure? I mean, that is cool. You see a lot of folks doing that kind of custom thing with the Craw stripes. They've got the dual color, the orange belly. That thing is sweet. That is probably my second favorite color next to that sunrise purple. That's neat. And then all the colors I showed you in the rattling, he sent me in the silent. So some of these will go into that giveaway as well. Make sure if you missed the first part, if you skipped ahead, I am doing a giveaway. So comment below. I'm going to pick a random person at the end and hook you up with some of these awesome lures. Okay, next we're going to take a look at some of the soft plastics he sent me. Some of these are called the Camel Claw. I don't know the exact link on them, 3.5, maybe 4 inches, something like that. They're not too big. They're interesting. They almost remind me of like the, is it the Riot Fuzzy Beaver? That type of deal. They've got the claws there with the kind of Strike King-esque, you know, flange type thing in there. This doesn't actually have like the little ridge. This has more of a, I guess, a club kind of to it. So those are cool. Those are going to kick, have a lot of action. I can see these babies being Texas rigged. You could bite them off or, you know, cut them off and use them as a jig trailer. I see a bunch of ways to use these. June bug, it's a dark June bug. I really like the one the June bug color that companies put out is dark. I don't like the real light, yucky June bug. I like the darker June bug. This is a good June bug. I'm going to be throwing these in some dirty water. All right, we've also got some sour grape. So this is like a greenish watermelon color mixed with like a blue, it's almost like an Okeechobee Craw, like a blue flake in there. That's cool. We've got the always popular watermelon red flake. A couple of these dual colors, these are neat. I like when they have like a different top color and a bottom color. This color here with the more orange on it is called Lake Craw. More orange with like a subtle green top. And then the one over here is green pumpkin orange. So you can see more of that like regular green pumpkin to like a deeper kind of brownish orange, more of like a natural craw look. Both of those are cool. Got another interesting two-tone. This is Sexy Shad, so it's kind of a see-through color. It's got that bluish kind of top to it. Then you flip it around, and it's more of a translucent with like a goldish, almost chartreuse flake in it. Those are crazy. We've also got Gold Shiner, so that black top back with just a little bit of gold in it, and you flip it over, and there's a lot of gold in that. My goodness, look at that. Almost with like a smokish belly and all that gold in there. That's a color I really don't throw in plastics, like a black with gold. I don't know why. It's just one of the colors I never really go to, but dang, that looks good. Last up, we've got Black Magic. I think a lot of companies call this like South African Special, where it's got like that black and then the different red, purple, silver kind of flake in it. That's one, honestly, I used to throw a lot in the past and kind of got away from for some reason. I don't know why. Black and red, for some reason, I've kind of completely gotten away from throwing, almost completely. Don't know why. I guess it's just a confidence thing. I'd rather go with like black and purple, black and blue, June bug, something like that, but black and red or black, you know, flake like this, or even an all black is a color that really does work, and I don't throw it enough. Okay, the next soft plastic is cool. This is the 5-inch Thunderbelly. So they say this is a solid body swim bait that has the action that mimics a hollow body. So it says it's got that rolling of a hollow body to it, the thumping of a solid body. It's an interesting lure. So we can see it does have the belly slit here, like so. So that way when you've got a hook set, and the hook actually comes with it. So they come 2 in a pack. With one hook. It looks to me to be like a 6/0. This is a 1/4 ounce. So it'll be like the Owner Beast 6/0 should fit this perfectly. Comes with one hook so you can rig it, and then one extra bait in the package. I like this especially for us bank anglers because you can rig it weedless like this. There's a little hook slot up here you can see where that hook sits right down in there. So you don't have to skin hook it or anything. You don't have to worry about coming over you know, wood and such. And then when you set that hook goes up into the belly of it to give you more room to actually keep that fish pinned. So the looks of it are cool. I like the colors on this a lot. I think they call it bass bone. Yeah, bass bone. So it's like a chartreuse purpley with like the, you know, the bones on the side. That's neat. I like that they give you 2 in there, and I like that they give you a hook, or at least the companies that like, you know, put a sticker that says, you know, this fits perfect with a 6/0 Owner Beast, whatever. Something like that so people know, because as a beginner, I think when a lot of people get plastics, they're like, oh crap, what size hook should I get? So I appreciate that Thunderhawk did that, and they give you 2 in there, so in case you lose one, you can get another. They also sent over the Perch and Bluegill colors. The pattern looks pretty much the same, just a little bit different color on each one. You can see that Perch has kind of the green and gold, and of course the orange fins. Jump over to the Bluegill, it's got that purplish, you know, green on it with that orange belly. Both those look good. Two of the most popular colors when it comes to swim baits, of course, the trout. Everybody likes a rainbow trout color. We've got a few places around here that stock trout. We don't have the mega, trout eaters like they do in California, but it's a good color that works, and I think the pike really keen on those around here, and the bone. Again, it's a natural color. It's a white. It can mimic all kinds of bait fish. We'll throw one of those in for you. And then I've got the 5-inch blueback herring. Again, Philip would be proud of me for finding some more blueback herring lures. And it's cool to see that Thunderhawk makes those, because there are, a few of those places where if you don't have a blueback herring bait, they say you're not going to get bit, like it's the main forage. People see a huge difference in the bass targeting blueback herring versus other things. So, maybe it's just a confidence thing for those people, but either way, it's a cool color, and I think it will match a shiner or anything around here still. Okay, last up we've got a plastic they call the Grenade. So that comes in a 2.75 and a 3.75 inch. So you can see the two different sizes here. This one they call Dove's Goby. So it's like a green pumpkin with like a black and red flake. Let me take one out. So that's what it looks like out of the package. It's an interesting bait, kind of that ovally football shaped. It reminds me of like the G-Crack Bellows Gill. However, one big difference, the Bellows Gill, I liked them. The durability was not good. This one is made of an indestructible plastic. I don't know what it is. It's kind of like the Z-Man type plastic, super stretchy, really not gonna break type stuff. So if you're looking at something to hold up more, I think this is it. Now I noticed these do pull apart, but some of these kind of stick together, so you gotta kind of unstick them, I guess, so they wanna kind of stick. But an interesting lure, a ton of durability. With Randy throwing the free rig last year, this would be a perfect type bait on that free rig. It looks, has that profile of a bluegill coming down. You nose hook this, and the free rig has like a bell weight or some sort of weight down here that slides free with like a little eyelet. So unlike the Texas rig where it's got like a bullet weight here, this has like a free weight. I'm gonna do a video on this because it's something I want to try more, but a weight that swings, and then as that weight goes down, this kind of falls behind it and looks like a dying bluegill. So I think it'll be good for that. I mean, you could throw this on a chatterbait. Look at how much movement is on there. Like a naked chatterbait without the skirt on it. I don't know, a bunch of cool, different, interesting things I want to try for this. Interesting little bait. He also sent those in the watermelon red flake and then in the Delta Special. So that one's kind of cool. Again, one of those two-tone colors. It's got that bright orange and then like a reddish, almost like a cinnamon color top with the red flake. Interesting colors. I like those two tones. Big fan of those. But an interesting lure. I'll throw some of those in for you too. So comment below. Let me know what was your favorite out of this bunch. Personally, I want to throw these a little more. I had it out one really cold day and got to test it, but only threw it a few times. That thing looks awesome. Of course, the glides and stuff in the ponds around here, this is a smaller size, the 6-inch. Not too big, not too crazy. Still going to get, the 1.5 pound, 2-pounders hitting this type thing. Want to put more time in with these. Did I say how much I like that sunset purple color, purple with the chartreuse? Comment below and let me know what your favorite was out of all these. So again, huge shout out to Thunderhawk Lures for sending all this over. I thought he was going to send just a couple things. Mike, you outdid yourself. Thank you so freaking much, dude. I will link everything below if you want to check any of it out. I'll have my Tackle Warehouse links and anything I can't find. I'll link over to Thunderhawk. Check them out. Some really cool colors. Cool paint schemes too. I feel like some companies kind of skimp on the paint, but heck, a lot of these, that looks like, some sort of custom, where they're trying to do the craw colors. This spring craw where you've got the orange belly and then kind of the layered colors up top. Those are cool. As somebody who airbrushes crankbaits, maybe I'm a little biased, but I think those are cool. I like that they put that detail in. And, just the little things like the little swiveling, get it unstuck there. The swiveling hook hanger on the Lipless, and they all come good, sharp hooks. That's something that I can't stand. You buy a lure, you got to replace the hooks. Those you don't. So comment below, let me know what's your favorite. Thank you, Mike. You're the subscribe fishing friend of the day. Hopefully you subscribed. I've seen you on some of my lives. I would like to get you on a live. If you want to, let me know. We can do that, and you can talk about lure making and going to expos and all that, but that's enough for me. It's late. I need to go edit. So thank you all so much for watching, and until next time.